Good.
Okay, we're happy to know. Um, Internet Society, I'm told, is as far back as 1992 globally. Interesting. What would have led to the setting up of something like this?
All right. Thank you very much. I'm sure you've heard of Vint Cerf and other tech gurus who decided to, design something that would help with communication. They felt that we could create this network of networks where people could come together and speak to each other. Not just human beings, but devices. Yes, at that time.
Okay.
Yes. So that was what they thought they wanted to do. And that's what we've gotten today.
Interesting. I mean, so these two guys came together and said, let's do something about this, and then boom. So then Ghana chapter. I mean, so what? There are chapters around, and Ghana has one?
All right. Internet Society globally has about 161 chapters.
161?
Yes.
Ghana is just one of them?
Ghana is just one. So you realize that it's in a lot of countries. And it's not only about the chapters. We have special interest groups as well. People who are interested in online safety, gender issues, encryption. These are niches in the internet ecosystem. But I want to draw your attention to the internet ecosystem. It's bigger than we know.
Okay.
When you pick assuming you look at the internet as one body, and then what can we talk about them? We can look at it looking at the technical side of it. Definitely there are people who are sitting there, you see these IPs, you see domain names. It's a technical thing. So there are guys or ladies, I'm always doing lady stuff, guys or ladies who are championing, making sure we have the right standards.
Okay.
So that's very important. We have the other aspects that is also dealing with domain name abuse.
Okay.
Okay, so it helps with security. So we need to protect the internet. The people are online must be protected. So the security aspect is also looked at. We are looking at advocacy.
Okay.
People must know what they are using the internet for and get them the most benefit out of it. And not just that. So far as we are online, we need to preach safety. Okay, so it's a big thing. And then we have different bodies handling all these different aspects of the internet. And the Internet Society, main thing is advocacy. Right, so we want to make sure that if you're online, you want to make sure you are safe. If you're online, you want to make sure that you are secured. If you're online, you are gaining the most of it. If you're online, so we realize that the Internet Society is not a technical body.
Okay.
It's an association that encompasses or embodies people from all walks of life. And that is the users of the internet. So everybody who has an interest in making sure that the internet that we are using is okay and works well should be a member of the Internet Society.
So are there individual members?
Yes, there are. But interestingly, you'll definitely be at a geographical location. So we encourage that you join at least the one in your country.
So what led to that? Why did Ghana need a chapter?
In fact, we cannot mention Internet Society Ghana chapter without the name Professor Nina Kukweno.
Okay.
He brought the internet to Ghana. And then...
When you say brought the internet, how did he bring the internet to Ghana?
Definitely before anything starts, definitely there'll be one person.
One person will lead it.
Who would lead it. So that is how it is. He was doing PhD in computer science at that time, and those were the things that were in his interest.
Okay.
And make sure that Ghana was one of the first Internet Society chapter that was formed.
Oh, wow.
And still really recognized.
Interesting.
Yes.
So what are some of the key activities and initiatives that Internet Society Ghana chapter is currently involved in. What do you do?
Okay.
How often do you even meet? Where do you meet? Tell me a lot about it so that I join. I'm excited. I want to join Internet Society Ghana.
Internet Society, I mean, you are using the word internet. So we meet online.
Oh, wow.
Why wouldn't we use the tool we had? I mean, it's when you even use it. That's when you get to know whether it's working well or not.
Oh, so it's not a society that you meet like in some office, some hall, some convention center?
We do meet once a while.
Okay.
Okay.
In-person meetings?
In person. That especially when we have events.
Okay.
Yes, we have a lot of advocacy events. I mean, that's what I told you. The Internet Society mainly is about advocacy. And so we go around. We have next gen. When we say next generation stuff, so those things happen in the secondary schools.
Okay.
We go there, talk to them about career progression in the field of technology, online safety. You know, we want to protect our youth against all these things that are going on online. And personally, I felt that looking at where we are going, these things should even be in the curriculum to protect our youth. We cannot say, I know that most secondary schools you are saying they are not supposed to use phones and all that, but you and I know they are using it. So why not rather teach them how to stay safe online? So those are some of the things we do. We also make sure we do digital literacy. Sometimes we get funds. We partner with a lot of organizations because the Internet Society has everybody. You know, it's volunteerism.
Okay.
And then we get people to dedicate their resources, their knowledge, and wherever location they are, you can identify a place which is undeserved, it has no connection, nothing. You let us know. We talk to that's what I'm saying. The Internet Society is everybody. The media is there. Everybody is there. What can we do to make sure that these people would also be connected?
Okay.
Because our motto is the internet is for everyone. Everybody must be connected. So these are some of the things we do. We do a lot of things. We are into internet governance. You know, we have Internet Governance Forum.
Okay.
Where everybody, all stakeholders who are interested in the internet space come together, where we discuss the governance of internet, especially in your country. You know, I'm sure this year we had a disruption of internet.
Yeah.
So that now we had to talk about satellite issues. You see, so these are the things we discuss. Where are we going as a nation? So all the stakeholders come together, and then we have this talk. And when we say stakeholders, I mean parliament, government, private sector, educational bodies, everyone. So the idea is let's talk about. We need to have those discussions. Else, I mean, that's where the world is going. Okay. We must have it and then make sure we deal with what Ghana needs. So these are these are the places you really see us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things you said is if there is an area which is, say, underserved, we'll contact you, and then what would you do? So if I said my village in some corner of the country, they don't have internet, and I called on the Internet Society Ghana, what would you do? Okay,
that's what I said. We partner with different stakeholders. One thing, we have the Internet's ISOC Foundation.
Okay.
ISOC Foundation gives grants. So as a country, we apply for those grants to help mitigate whatever problem we want to deal with. That is one. And also to partner with other people.
Okay.
Currently, we are having something we call the Life Legacy Program at mine here. Because we realized that's why it's a community thing. They said, the people there, they feel that their digital literacy is very low. What can you do to support? So we partnered with Paradigm Initiative, which is also interested in, you see there are lots of bodies who also have their missions. So you partner with them. So they have, through us, for us to sort of monitor and make sure it works, Make sure now they are having some 10 weeks digital literacy program, web design, and it's for free for the community.
Oh, okay.
You get it. So those are the things we are doing.
That's interesting. How do you feel, or how do you see the Internet Society Ghana chapter contributing to the development of this country?
We are contributing.
Yeah, in what ways?
In many ways.
Tell me some.
Okay. We are in everything, technology, and especially policy-wise. Cybersecurity, we are there.
Okay.
You get it.
How do you work with the cybersecurity chaps? They're not too far from here.
Yeah. When we say you work, the members in cyber are members of Internet Society.
Okay, maybe I need that clarification.
Okay. So I want you to see the Internet Society as the society for the people, where people...
But I am not in the Internet Society Ghana
so
chapter.
every day we need to speak to people to join.
Okay.
And then you should also know that it's a platform which is sort of global, which encompasses everyone. So it's easier to connect. So anything that has to do media, for you to, cover things about tech, you are in the media space, you are in the member of Internet Society, you do it so that everybody gets to know what is going on, especially in the tech space. I'm saying that the people in an Internet Society are all over the place.
Is Abdullah Saka of ZFM a member?
I do not know.
Okay, I'll ask him after.
Yes, please do.
I suspect.
Because the Ghana chapter, as of today, the numbers that I checked were 1,600 active members.
When you say active, what do they do? They come for regular meetings and all that? Or do you contribute? Is there a monetary part of it?
No, there isn't.
Okay.
There isn't. We want everybody in there, and we want people to contribute. When we say it's voluntary, so you contribute your resources. When you say resources, not money as such, your intellect, the opportunity to also make sure that the things that rather we should be paying for, you avail yourself for these things. I'm a lecturer at the university.
Okay.
University of Professional Studies. I'm in the IT department.
Oh, wow.
You see. So I get the opportunity to introduce my students to whatever, knowledge or activities that is ongoing globally in connection with the internet. The internet ecosystem is really huge. We have ICANN, IETF, there are so many groups, and you always have to introduce them for let them to know what is really going on.
I'm sure a chunk of your students will be members.
Well, I wouldn't say, we don't push people to just join. You join and you should be interested in making sure that the internet is okay. That is it. You just don't push people. People who are interested in make sure that our mission of making sure the internet is for everyone is achieved.
The internet for everyone.
The internet is for everyone.
It's for everyone. Okay. So what are some of the ways in which you've worked with policymakers to enact some policies on the internet? So apart from the IGF, Internet Governance Forum, where we get the opportunity to educate what is going on globally, you see, that's its work. Okay.
You need to tell our policymakers, this is what is happening, maybe in Togo, in Benin, in Africa, and globally. The policies that we have, this is where we are going. Can it be changed? So we cannot say that, you cannot come out that this is what we've done. Out there, because we do those kind of advocacies a lot. We meet some of the parliamentary committees, especially on communication, digitalization, talk to them, give them training, update them on what is going on globally in the internet space. And that is important. So these are one of the things we do, that we don't come out to write them on the board, but we do them a lot. Now we even want to have training for the judiciary.
Interesting.
Okay, for them to appreciate the use of technology in making sure that justice delivery is prompt. They may be using systems, but we need to let them know what is really going on out there and why we should also have it. So these are the kind of training and advocacies we've been doing, to make sure that we are also up there in terms of technology.
Interesting. Okay,
Yes.
let's put Internet Society Ghana chapter on one side. Now let's
Okay.
talk internet itself. Is the internet safe?
Nothing is safe.
Oh wow. Nothing
Nothing
is
is
safe.
You see, when you go media, you are really careful. Nothing is safe. Nothing is private. Okay. But what we do is to mitigate it.
Okay.
That is it. We to mitigate it. It's just like you build your house, you put all the doors, all the security stuff. But once a while, you get people trying to have forced entry. And these activities help you to reinforce, your home.
Okay.
So I hope you are getting it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so we use the internet. And then in the same space, you create, you try to create a safe environment, a safe internet. But in the same space, we try to also design programs to see if we could have some form of penetration into the same thing that we have created. So the idea is to mitigate. You know that going out at night is not safe. Yes. So what do? You stay at home, or you protect yourself when you are going out.
Okay.
So when we are dealing with the internet, we are seeing that it's a big space connecting different people. The people are not the same. Our ideologies are different. But you want to make sure that the technology is such that we could connect the things that we look out for. Even when you use WhatsApp, what would you do? You want to make sure that the person you are talking to is the person you intended to speak to. That's why we have encryption.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You just want to make sure it is as safe as possible. The intended, receiver of the message you are sending is the person, and then you need to get feedback to make sure that communication has occurred. So in every space, we want to make sure it is the right thing. Online, we want to make sure the IP address you are using, it's from your machine and it's the intended person that is sending the message. The domain names that we are working within are the ones supposed to be working and with the right names and calibrations.
Okay.
So all the time, we just want to make sure it is safe.
That's a good point. But I mean, so a majority of us are not very sophisticated when it comes to internet. We just consume. We just type in whatever, Google it, whatever, and all that. How is the Internet Society Ghana chapter helping the average Joe like myself who just goes and uses it and doesn't know our IPs and encryptions and all that? How do you help me? Do I have to join first before I am, or you're already doing stuff behind the scenes that is helping the average person?
Okay. Internet Society is more of advocacy. So that tells you we are doing a lot of things with basic schools, with senior high schools, because we know that if the younger generation, we sort of really targeted the younger generation, and then specific bodies, as I'm saying, parliament, you need to train them, because if you get to understand the system, it's easier to really think about the policies that will protect their people. The judiciary, civil service. We train all these specific, and then the Gen Z is really important to us.
Okay.
Okay, that is one. Two, apart from being consumers, personally, it's my passion that we should be creators of content. Creators of content. I mean, you travel out there, you realize some countries insist on developing their own technology and use it within their space. Not only does it give their youth jobs, build the economy, doing all of that, it's also increases digital literacy. I mean, if everybody is using that technology and the content, when we create our own content, we preserve our own culture.
Okay. That's a nice way to put it.
Yes. We preserve our culture. I mean, we teach what we know within us. So we end up preserving. And if from literature, you realize that those who create their own content preserve their culture because they put in what they know. One thing we also do is to encourage what we call community network.
Okay.
I mean, as a businessman, assuming you are one of the telcos, and then would you go and put a mast at a place where people do not even use phones? You will not.
You won't. It doesn't make business sense.
Yes. So one of the things we do is what we call community networks, where the community itself built its own network with their own content and then share information among themselves.
Oh, wow. And it's happening here in Ghana?
It's happening.
Give me an example. Where would I experience something like that?
I'll do my best to get you the specific place. I'm sure by the time we are done, I will let you know.
That'll be lovely. I mean,
I'll let you know
really
where those work are going on. I mean,
the people are creating their own content and sharing it among themselves.
Yes.
Wow.
But with the help of GIFIC.
Okay.
With the help of GIFIC. So it's a way of also making sure that those undeserved communities are also not just left off. You know, sometimes when you don't travel out, you think
everything is in Accra.
Yes.
And everything is fine.
Yes, but it's not. It's not. So one of the things that Internet Society does is to also make sure that these undeserved communities are also connected.
Okay.
And also, you know, and these things bring economic...
It does. It opens the place up.
Yes. Yeah, so those are the things we do. I mean, those people appreciate the things we also do. Recently, we also had to join WFP with NADMO and other stakeholders to go around the country to look at the emergency operation centers being operated by NADMO. And going around the country, that's when you get to know there are a lot of places that are not connected. And imagine there's a natural disaster. These people cannot even send the message for help right here in Ghana.
Wow.
Right here in Ghana, especially at the border towns, in the north, in the Volta region, some parts of Eastern region. So you think that all is well, all is not well. So all these people must be connected so that in case there's a natural disaster, they can communicate for them to get timely help, not by the time they inform us it's 2 or 3 days before.
That's interesting. Still talking of trust and whether it's safe.
Yes.
The Cyber Security Act 2020. What role did Internet Society Ghana chapter play in it?
I mean, we're part of the stakeholders who have to be engaged in making sure that we have even cyber security here in Ghana. So we are we are all over the place.
How has that act worked since it was inducted or whatever it is? How has it performed? Because it's so you're part of those who put it together. You're part of those they consulted. Now my point is, you would want to know how it's performing, how it's working. How would you evaluate the Cybersecurity Act 2020?
I think 2 months ago, Liberia was hit.
Liberia
is not far. It's not far. It was hit.
With what?
I mean, their government site.
Okay. Someone hacked it?
Yes. Took over it.
And did they pay a ransom before the person released it?
I won't tell you that.
Interesting.
No, but what I'm telling you is that it's real. And then it became obvious that, they didn't have any cyber security.
They didn't have an act. They didn't have an authority. They didn't.
These things. And that's when you get to appreciate what we are doing to protect us. And these things, the acts, first of all, even pushes everyone to even think about their systems, even when they are setting it up.
Okay.
That's the point I want you to look at. That bringing the cybersecurity authority up making sure that people are cyber security compliant,
Okay.
making sure it draws the population to take a second look at whatever systems they are setting up and make sure that they are following standards. Nobody just gets up to just buy any gadgets, just connect anyhow to the internet. That is the point we are coming from. It brings some form of digital eye-opening.
Okay.
Making sure that whatever system you are having is secure. Okay. And when you have such acts, it helps also the country to sort of monitor who is coming in and what kind of systems we are using. And it helps. That is the point I am interested in. But over time, you will see that when we come up with acts, definitely we should have people who are, let's say, qualified. Okay, so you see that now we have universities having courses, like master courses in cybersecurity. You see that we have short courses in cybersecurity. People now have an interest in all these areas. So it's not only about the cyber, but there's other securities around the technologies that we are using. That has increased for me. And it takes time. You need some time for it to be operationalized properly, for us to have that benefit. But I'm telling you, for what happened to our neighbor, it made me realize we are doing the right thing. It will take time, but from the time it was set up to date, I see an improvement.
Okay. If for nothing at all, the consciousness that you must do what is right in itself is a good thing.
Yes.
Not necessarily the number of people who have been jailed because they flouted the act or something. Those ones too are there. But from what you're saying, even having it alone puts people on their toes. Yes. And that for you is a good thing. I 100% agree to that. So that has to do with the trust here and there and all that. What are some of the accessibility challenges that, because the internet, like we know now, it needs infrastructure to go. We don't have them. We don't have it totally. So, what are some of these challenges that you see from where you sit as Internet Society Ghana chapter?
Ghana in itself, we've advanced.
Oh, we have.
We have.
Okay.
We've advanced. If I use the sub-region
comparatively,
yes.
Okay.
We've advanced. Number of people using smart devices. It's comparing to our neighbors and all that. We've advanced. Okay. Maybe we would want to compare ourselves to the global north. So.
Yeah. That's who we are.
Yes.
We are not satisfied
so
comparing ourselves.
I know that.
Yeah.
So we can do better. Infrastructure in terms of tech is expensive.
Okay.
We're always dealing with millions of dollars in setting up things that have to do with infrastructure. If you are not ready, if you really want to go tech, you'll be ready to put in money, not just small money, a lot of money, which might not come back. Okay, so that's one thing. Other things that had to do with tech, I mean, Ghana is doing well. Okay. Ghana is doing well. Maybe because I travel a lot, especially with my interest in the undeserved areas, and you get there and people are not connected, you cannot connect. Maybe you are so used to having internet all the time, and then you get to a place for 3-4 days, you cannot connect. It's like withdrawal symptoms. You are not okay.
We're better than Benin?
Listen, this is what I see. All the major cities are fine, even in all the sub-regions. Major cities, Accra. But I'm even talking about Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Places in Ghana are not connected.
Overseas. Afram Plains overseas.
Yeah.
There are some villages I wouldn't even want to mention.
Yes,
but
so
I doubt
that is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But we can do better. And I just talked about community networks. So that those places, if we could set up even community networks in those places. It could even lighten up the place economically, and then they also get connected.
the conversation is getting interesting. She's from Internet Society, the Ghana chapter, and we're talking accessibility, the trust factors, everything to do with our internet. And I believe you if you have some message you want to share, as always, 0544321019. Maud Ajele Ashon Elliott, Vice President, Internet Society Ghana chapter. She's here with us. We have about, just say, 15 minutes to go. And so we want to go into another facet of the conversation. You promised to talk about where they are doing the local thing. Have you found where they are? Because I'm so interested. Tell me how it works practically. Communities, what kind of gadgets do they have there for they to be able to create content within the community and share among themselves? What do they need?
Oh, community network, there's still this must. You always need a must. I mean, the tech things that even the telcos
and who will go and install that must? What organization is paying for that?
Okay. So the community must be ready to have it.
Okay.
That I'm reiterating that because some communities still have their tradition such that they will not want such a thing.
In Ghana, there's a community, a village, a town whose chief or said we don't want internet.
I'm telling you, I
won't be surprised if DJ Wade's people, village people are part of that list. The way I'm looking at him like that.
Don't assume that. That's what I'm saying. Don't assume Ghana is Accra.
Okay.
Don't, because we still have communities in Ghana who are not ready. You remember when WhatsApp came?
Mm-hmm.
At first, what were the initial things? This 666.
Okay.
So I want you to have that thing that they feel that their community will be corrupted if they are connected to all these things that are happening.
Yeah, but they have cause to worry, don't they?
Yes. So, but that's their tradition. That's what I'm saying. So over time, the community heads must agree. And that is the first stakeholder engagement that we have to deal with. Let them know that this is important for the community. Your people are not connected, and let's do this. And of course, if the whole place, nobody is using smartphones, business-wise, the telcos will not come.
Of course.
So what do? The first thing is to have this must. Normally it's a simple one. Normally these communities are not too huge.
Okay.
Simple ones. Get these few tech around it. I mean, I'm saying Internet Society will collaborate with a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. Even the one that I really wish, I think is on the other phone. The one that I really wish I could discuss with you was even GIFEC. It's in collaboration with GIFEC. You see, it's still government.
Exactly.
Yes. But they want to also make sure that those people are also connected. And then you try and get a good place where you can install the mast, where you could get some form of network.
Okay.
When you get that, you also need to have devices. When it's connected, we need to have devices.
Laptops, tablets,
that's
phones.
too high. I mean, let's do smartphone. I mean, with smartphones, ways of making sure that you can talk to this person. That alone is exciting. You get it?
Okay.
So these are for them to understand over time. So it's not just a one-day thing. Community engagement over time. And then they have you have a demo. Then you now go and install this mast, create the content. They also, most of the time, they want to make sure that the content is what they want their youth to listen to. The kind of tradition they want to impart to their people. They want to send messages easily to their people. They want to do these things. So you realize that, this technology is making sure that, I could communicate instead of using, they always have this gong. It's not a gong now, center. They have this thing in the middle of the town where they make their
public
announcements.
address system kind of, okay.
So now they realize, I could use this and send the message, and then everybody is coming to the palace, So it's over time. Then you start increasing it. You start increasing the content. And then if by the time after a year, after 5 years or 6, by the time you're like, then technology
has
is
caught up with them.
Caught up with them. And then the telcos will now say, okay, let's just put one mast there, since now we have some smartphone users who are ready to connect to the main thing.
I'm very interested in this thing, because what it means is that rather than wait for technology and advancement to catch up with these people, you leapfrog, go prepare them before the technology gets there. I think that's a brilliant idea, and it's something that as many organizations must support, so that at least within every pocket of this country, they have that knowledge. They have used it already. Maybe they won't be able to send a mail from there to Accra, but they can send a mail among themselves. They can enjoy that. Students can have that feel. It's a very important initiative which is helping. And yeah, it's good to know. But to think that, yes, there is a place in this country that hasn't got internet access and they are wary of it, that in itself tells us that there's a lot of work to be done.
There is a lot.
Okay, so Internet Society Ghana chapter. Okay, Abdullah Saka is here. From his look, he's not a member, although he claims he's the official tech aficionado of Z Multimedia. I'm not sure he's a member of the Internet Society Ghana chapter. If people join, are they giving numbers, membership numbers, or what shows that I am a member, or what shows that you are a member?
Okay, to join the Internet Society, all you do is you go to internetsociety.org. Okay. That's it. And then you join the Ghana chapter or wherever location you want to join.
Okay.
And we also encourage that you join a special interest group. Well, I mean, it could be online safety, on encryption. We have different niches in the ecosystem.
Okay.
So which group excites you, whatever topic, because they'll be having specific webinars and specific trainings in those specific areas to advance the course in different countries and all that. So, yeah.
Currently, what are some of the things that you're doing currently today as we sit here, 17th of July? What are some things that are in the pipeline or they are happening currently? Because Abdullah Saka doesn't know. He's not a member of the Internet Society Ghana chapter. After today, we'll ensure that he doesn't use that term, official tech aficionado or something. What are some of the things happening currently?
Ongoing is the digital skills training at Mine Here.
Okay.
Currently, yes.
Who is championing that? Who are you partnering with?
Paradigm Initiative.
Oh, okay.
They are also in Africa, globally, also very interested in making sure that people have internet access.
Okay.
So that is how we partner with different groups. Yes.
How are you partnering the telcos? They are the one taking our money. What are they doing with the money that they are taking in terms of the work that Internet Society Ghana chapter?
Why are you saying they are taking your money? Are you not using the service?
Yeah, but they are still taking my money.
Yeah, so it's hand go, hand come.
Yeah, but they are still taking my money.
Yes, but they do support.
I know. Are they supporting? That's what I want to know.
They do support. They are involved in our internet governance forums, in making sure, because these forums includes the private sector, government, students, academia, everybody. So we sit and we tell them this is what is going on. I remember, I think 4 years ago, where we really had to discuss costs.
Oh, you've had a discussion with them?
Yes, that was like 4 years ago, where pricing, because we had to, people felt it was so expensive and all that. These things, I'm just telling you that
I would have loved to sit in that meeting.
Yes, they go on. We'll have IGF soon in August. We'll send you the whatever flyer for you to also share it for people to come, for us
Internet
to have
Ghana Forum.
Internet Governance
Forum, IGF.
Yes.
Okay.
For Ghana. And IGF happens globally. It happens, per continent, and then national.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but it's important for us to have those discussions, and every country has its own issues.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, so we need to have that conversation. Then we go and present it at the regional level and then at the global level.
What is this year is going to look like
in terms of IGF?
Yes, IGF.
IGF Ghana, it's happening in August.
Okay.
And our interest is sustainability of the internet.
What does that mean? Are we going to lose internet anytime?
No. But we need to, especially with the disruption that occurred this year, we need to, it wasn't about Ghana. It wasn't only Ghana. And even after that, it still happened in East Africa.
The undersea cable discussion.
Yes.
Mm.
You get it. So those are the discussions also. Are there other alternatives, cheaper alternatives? For me, as an individual, one thing I've been talking about is for us to create our own.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Create our own
yes,
what?
Content and ways of getting access to internet. It can be done, but it has to take time.
Okay.
But for me, it's a consciousness of it that when you start reducing dependency on people or on systems, your power increases.
That's true. I mean, if we didn't have to worry about undersea cables being cut and we own them ourselves and we laid them ourselves.
Imagine.
Anyway, I mean, that's a discussion for another day,
Yes.
as to the practicality of it and all that. Going forward, Internet Society Ghana chapter, what would you want to see within this internet space? What are the priority areas that you think as a country we should be looking at?
Thanks for the blank check.
I love giving blank checks at 7 minutes to 10.
Thanks for the blank checks.
Yeah.
Everybody must be conscious about what they put online.
Wow.
Conscious about what they put online. I always tell my students, before you press the send button,
think twice.
Ask again if this is sent to you or presented to you in the next decade. Would you be proud of it? That's it.
That's a very poignant question. If this thing you are sending out there is sent back to you in the next decade, would you be proud of it? Whatever image, whatever message, whatever you're sending out there.
That's it.
What if we decide to fast internet totally? Get off it. We can't as well. We must still use it. But we must be conscious of what we are putting out there. Whatever.
You see, I was
on whatever platform.
Everywhere. That's what I said. Whatever. So before you press the send button, read the message again. Think deeply about it before you press send. The internet does not forget.
Okay.
It does not. So, and then one thing you should remember, let's just use WhatsApp. You know, when you send a message, there's a first tick. The first tick is telling you it's gone to reside on a server.
Okay.
The second tick, it's coming to you. A copy of that message, the original, is on a server. A copy of it is coming to you.
Okay.
So that tells you everything that you have sent, the original is kept somewhere. And it can't be retrieved later.
Everything you sent, everything, the original is kept somewhere. It come back to bite you. Science and Tech Wednesday, the conversation was with Maud Ajele Ashon Elliott, the Vice President of Internet Society Ghana chapter. The topic was the importance of an accessible and trusted internet. It's been an amazing conversation. Thank you very much, Madam, for coming through. Any final words for techies who are not part of the Internet Society Ghana chapter?
They should all join.
Like Abdullah Saka.
Yes.
Yeah.
www.internetsociety.org.
Okay.
And then join the Ghana chapter.
That's all.
And I'll let you in. You're all welcome.
You're all welcome. I hope he does. Next week, before he comes to do his segment, we will check if he's joined and what advocacy group he's also joined. Thank you so much, madam. Have a wonderful. And we wish the Internet Society Ghana chapter the very best of luck in whatever you're doing. Z Multimedia, I'm pretty sure we will always be here to support you.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Same to you.
All too soon. It's getting to the time we'll wrap up. But it is about some 4 minutes to the top of the hour. Coming up at 10 a.m. is the news. And then after that, NYA The Brand comes your way.